Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to learn the harmony section to Orion. That's right, it's guitar harmonies. There's really 3 guitar parts going on there. So you may be thinking there's a different note there. It's part of the overall harmony. So I'm going to show you the harmony parts, but when you're learning each individual part, it might not sound quite right at points because you're hearing one of the other guitar parts, but I'm trying to keep them in order. And there's also, in that section, there's a guitar solo. This is not the ending guitar solo, which we'll take a look at in the next video lesson, but this is the one that kind of happens in this middle section here. All right, so let's, what I would consider the main melody, the one that's kind of the highest, the loudest in the mix. All right, we're standard tuning here still. I've got neck pickup on, and we're going to be doing a bend here, whole step bend at the 9th fret on the G. Then again, whole step bend release. Then the 6th fret, slide down to 4, and back to 6. Then again. Now the 3rd time we add a little note at the end. And that note is that 7th fret on the A string, hit on D string, I'm sorry, it's an A note. Hit 3 times. Then back to that same melody again. Now we kind of an extended, back to those, the 7s 3 times, and then 6 twice. Actually 3 times. And then then 4, 6, slide into 9 on the G. All right, so that's one of the parts. Now the other harmony part that when they play it live, Kirk Hammett plays that one, and then James Hetfield plays this one. And there's actually 3, but they only do 2 live, obviously. So the one Hetfield plays is this. So it's kind of the same, amount of notes in the same spot, but just a little bit different. So make sure you try to get these bends into, and obviously they're kind of these long, full bends. So we're going to be at the 4th fret on the G string, whole step bend. Then the same thing, bend and release. And this time be sliding from 2 to 1, and taking 2 again. 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 And add the 4th fret 3 times here on the D string. Then back to the melody. And then it's going to be 4th fret 3 times, then 2nd fret, and then 1, 2, slide into 4. All right, and then we have the other harmony part. If you have fortunate enough to have 3 guitar players playing together, the other one can do this one. we're basically doing the same type of phrasing again. Half step bend there at the 6th fret on the D, and then a half step bend release. Then slide 4 to 2, back to 4. Again. Third time through, you're going to add a note. That's the 4th fret on the A, and then again. Now when he gets here, he's actually he's kind of rotating between the open A and 4 a couple times, and then 2, 2, 4, slide to 7. And then we get to that part. Now that last note, you're probably hearing this, but that's when the harmony cards come back in. So there's like, kind of hearing it like that, but there's the actual lead guitar part that's going on there ends on this note. So that is sliding into 9 on the A, and then 7, 9 on the A, 7, 9 on the D, slide into 11, and then 9 on the D, back down to 7 on the D, 7, 9, and slide back into that 7. So back into that 11 there, and the 9th fret there on the A string. And then we're back to the harmony parts. Basically just do the version. You'll know what notes to play. They're the same notes that we use for all the harmonies. Let's just do the main one. Alright, so that's just a couple of whole step bend and release there. And then again, then slide 6 down to 4. And then the same notes. Sorry. That's the same ending we had before. And then we had the now, so that's just at the 9th fret here that you slid to. Pick that up a few times, then 6 twice, then 7 on, and then 9, 7, 6 on the D, and then back to 7 on the D and 6 on the G. Now that actually guitar part actually stays on that 6, and there's another harmony note that comes in playing this note here. So you can play them together if you want to make it sound more like the recording. Like that. And then back to the same. Alright, then we had this. Alright, so that's a whole set. Bend and release at the 9th fret on the D, pull off the 7, over to 9 on the A. And then kind of palm mute the 7th fret on the A string twice, over to 7 on the D, and back to the 9 on the A. Alright, now we have a little bit more of an active part. It sounds like this. All right, so that kind of moves around a little bit, and there's another harmony part that comes in with that as well. So let's learn this first part. We're like sliding into the 9th fret here on the A string, and then we're going to kind of pick across an F sharp minor arpeggio. So we have 9 on the A string, to 7 on the D, back to 6 on the G, back to 7 on the D. So you slid into it first, then picked it again, and then back to the 6 on the G, back to the 7 on the D, back to 6 on the G, and 9, 6 on the G. And then 7 twice, and then to set a 6 on, 9 on the D to 6. We have this. And then that kind of really end the part right here with the 7 on the A string twice, to 6 on the D, 9 on the D, then back to 6. And then this note, 7th fret here on the D, kind of starts everything over. Meaning that you start over with that F sharp minor note. So the F sharp note here on the A string. So we have then start over. Now the 4th time through it is a little quick little burst here. It goes like this. So that's just on that 7th fret there, on the way down. All right, and then we have the this little repeated melody. So that starts on the 7th fret on the D. We're letting these notes ring now. So that's 9 on the A, 9 on the G, and then let the 6 ring. So we have this. Now the next ones are, which is 7 on the D, 9 on the G, and 7 on the G. And then 7, 9 on the G, followed by 6 on the D. And then 9 on the D, 6 on the G, and you get back to the beginning here that you repeat. You're just going to repeat this part 4 times with this. Just repeat it. All right, now when he started that place, he did it twice, and on the 3rd time a harmony part came in. That's what Hetfield would play, and that sounds like this. This kind of repeats that. So we're going to start here, same phrasing as the same phrasing here, but it starts here at the 6th fret on the G, and then 7 on the D, 6 on the G, 5 on the B, to 6 on the G again. And back to that 5, and back to that 6 on the G. So it kind of picks across those 2 strings like before. Then 5 on the B, 5 on the high E, and then back to 5 on the B. Again, slow. Then the 7 on the B twice, over to 7 on the G, to 4 on the G. 6 3 times. And then you're going to play 4 6 on the G. So we have this. You repeat. And then here again we have this little kind of little burst of notes. So the 7th fret on the G string, on the B string, and then the same 7 4 7 on the G to that 6th fret on the D string 3 times. Now this melody notes here, the slower ones. And so that's repeated with that other part, the one that was that's from that part. It harmonizes that one. So we have the 6th fret on the G here, and then 5 on the B, high E, then back to the B. Then do those first 2 notes again. So you're going to end it now with the 7th fret on the B. And then 7 on the B, 5 on the high E, to 5 on the B. And then pick that 5 a couple more times, and then start over that 6th fret on the G. The only one that, now if you did the first 2, then that's 7 on the B, 4 on the high E string, to 5 on the B. I know it's a lot of notes to follow, but you have to know the song well by ear really to kind of follow along with this kind of stuff. And then just hit 5 twice and then start that whole melody over again. All right, so that takes care of pretty much all the harmony guitar parts. There's a lot of them obviously in this part. And now we have this guitar solo that happens in this section. Let me play through the solo real quick, and we'll go through it phrase by phrase. Here we go. All right, so that's a pretty fun one. We're going to start here. It's kind of a little pattern. We're going to 12, 11, 12, 14 on the A string. It's obviously palm muted there. Then you're going to roll 11 on the D to 11 on the A string. Then continue up 12, 14 on the A. So it's then 11, 12, 14 on the D, back to the 11. So we have this all together. Now from here, we're going to go straight up. So you have this 11 on the D, 12, 14, then 11, 13, 14 on the G, 12, 14, 15 on the B, shift up to 17, then 14, 15, 16. One more time, I think I forgot something. Now hit this top note a few times. Now he just goes down to 14. And you're going to pull off 17 to 14 real quick. And then do it again. And then play 17 on the B string. Then 14 on the B. 16, 14 on the G, to 16 there on the D string, back to 14, 16 on the G, bend that 16 up a whole step, grab the 17th fret on the B, then bend that 16th on the G string again. Next phrase. So we're having kind of rake into the 2nd fret on the high E string, and then 2, 4, 5, slide into 7, then 5, 4. Now we have a kind of a quick little legato lick. We're going to start at the 2nd fret, slide in, pick the 7th fret, slide into 3, hammer 5, and hammer 7. And then pick the 4th fret on the high E and hammer 5, 7. Slide up to the 9th fret. So we have this up to the 9th, then pick 7, and then that's just 7, 5, 4 on the high E string. Back to 5, then 4, then 5 on the B, 4 on the G. Kind of calls that E major triad. Then we're at the 2, 4 on the G. Got a little harmonic on there, bend and release. Pull off the 2. Over to 4 on the D, and then kind of start like 4 on the D, 2 on the G, then 4, 2, 4, 2 on the G. Another bend and release, pulling off the 2nd fret, over the 4th fret. Alright, so we're just kind of got to make our way out of this kind of slower section. There's the bass solo now, so the chords underneath this are this power chord at the 7th fret off the A string, then the 10th, then the 5th, and the 2nd. Pretty easy. Repeat that. Alright, so coming out of that, you'll hear this. So it just does the 2 low E power chord real quick, and then the A power chord. We did this earlier. Low E, C power chord, and then did that in the intro of the song. That leads us into the last and final solo when the band kind of kicks back in full throttle again. So we'll take a look at that solo in the next lesson. I'll see you then.